Darling, I don't think you're quite ready for this. I know you've had a rough couple days, so just brace yourself. Darling, I love you! I know things aren't great right now, but I promise you they'll get better. You're amazing, you deserve everything in the world. All my love, all my affection, take it. Have my love. I'm going to hug you, I swear to God. Now, just because you're not doing great doesn't mean you can't be taking care of yourself. I swear to God, if you do not eat for another second, I will choke slam you through a fucking wall. I will throw you onto your bed, and I swear to God, I will cuddle you so hard. I'll fucking do it. I'll cuddle you, I swear it. Cause you deserve it. You deserve love and cuddles. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I love you. Mwah.
You gotta stop saying that you aren't attractive. It's just not correct. It's not factual. You are not a reliable source. I'm on the brink of making a PowerPoint for you, Wikipedia looking ass.
I almost had one of my best friends arrested because of the way that he told a story. I'm going to tell you the story the way he should have told it, then I'm going to tell you the story the way he really did tell it. I was on my second date with Becca, and we were super into each other, and at the end of the date, she looked at me and she said, "Do you want to come to my place for some dessert?" And I said, "Yes." So we are in her kitchen, and we are sharing this fudgy brownie, and we made it through like 3 or 4 bites, and then we start making out like crazy. And things start to heat up a bit, and we end up on her couch, and we start taking our clothes off, but then she stops everything, and she's like, "No, I'm not really ready. It's only our second date. We should slow down." So I'm like, "That's fine. If we're gonna do this, I want you to be 100% into it." So we put our clothes back on, we went back to the kitchen, and we start to eat the brownie again. But then she like jumps on me. We start making out way harder. We end up back on the couch, and you know, one thing leads to another, and we hooked up. It was great. We had a great time. That's what happened. This is how my friend Colin told me that exact same story. "Pete, I had sex with this girl the other night, like 5 minutes after she said she didn't want to." I'm calling the police.
Face the right. Face.
Nobody's arresting Christians for being Christians. We just would like for you guys to actually read the damn book and try to be more, I don't know, Christ-like. You know, the brown socialist in the second half of that book? Not the Kenny Loggins with an AR-15 y'all keep pretending he is? Get out of other people's lives unless you're coming there to spread the love of the gospel of the Jesus guy. Ain't nobody fucking arrest you. Who gonna arrest y'all? The atheists? You're the largest fucking religious denomination in America. Who's arresting you? Who? The atheists and the Satanists. Oh, and one more little tiny thing. The damn Bible's upside down.
This isn't a lot like most of the TikToks I make, but also this is my account, and fuck you. I'm kidding. I love all of you. Anyways, to all the Christians that say don't use God's name in vain when someone like says, "Oh my God," you do know his name isn't God, right? It's just not his name. He has two names. One is a name that only high priests can use in the temple on certain days. The other one is Yahweh, which is open to the public. Neither of which are God, because his name isn't God. He is God. We are humans. He is God. His name ain't God. It just isn't. So if you're going to criticize people for, like, doing shit against your Bible, at least know the Bible.
Hello, I noticed you're on the floor again. I'm gonna join you again, if that's okay. You looked kind of anxious, so I thought I'd join you for a little bit. Because sometimes it's nice to have someone there with you if you're feeling anxious or depressed or anything that's going on in your chest. It's really nice when someone's there to either rub your shoulder or just kind of, be there for you to listen to and talk to and just kind of calm down. It's really nice to have people around you. Today, the sun is shining. It's not cloudy today. I haven't eaten yet, but I need to. Have you eaten yet today? Because you need to if you haven't. Also, even if you've drank water already today, you need to do it again, because drinking more water is very important. I know it's hard to drink water. I don't like drinking water. I have to be reminded to drink water. So drink your water, and I hope you feel better soon.
What's the weirdest science experiment you can sum up in only 3 words?
Alright, let me give you the backstory on this one. See, back in the 1910s, part of the scientific community was obsessed with getting animals to both comprehend and even use human speech. This interest was found in a wide variety of fields, from zoology to neurology to even alchemy. Therefore, there was a wide variety of experiments, including early attempts to get dogs to communicate with buttons, kind of like TikTok's Bunny the Talking Dog. In fact, dogs were the most frequent subjects because, well, they already understand commands. Let's just take that a step further. However, the 1910s were not great, and so not all experiments were so ethical. That brings us to the subject of this video, an experiment so controversial that research into this topic was dropped for decades. This treat comes to us from our friends in the field of alchemy, when disgraced scientist Sho Tucker created, to describe it in 3 words, a daughter-dog fusion. Thank you! Thank you! Follow if you hate me!
When I see you, and you act like a baka.
Netta, other people need the bathroom. Can you please get out of there? Do you have any idea why he keeps repeating that to himself, Tokoyami?
Not in the slightest, but if he does repeat it one more time, I swear to Tsukuyomi.
Wait, you swear on yourself?
No, even though Tsukuyomi may be my hero name, I was swearing to the god of the moon.
Tokoyami, my dude, I failed to see a difference. I mean, I'd get it if it was an extra manly mirror hype speech, but this doesn't sound like that. Who wouldn't want to look at themselves in the mirror for a little while longer? Yama, your room is literally a mirror maze, so you can't not look at yourself. A magnifique avant-garde interior design, if I do say so myself. I think I'm the least vain out of anybody in our class, and I honestly think that I look pretty scary.
You take that back?
Huh?
That kind of self-deprecation will not go unnoticed or unpunished in my presence.
I never took you for the aggressive positivity type. Winky Winky, you better get your ass out of there!
Bakugo, if you need the bathroom that badly, you can use the one in my dorm.
I didn't ask for your charity, you troll doll. Okay, we're not going to ignore that he just called Mineta a Teletubby, right? Nope.
Built different.
Alright, let's do a bit of fact checking to see if he's actually built different or if the average human could do the same. There's 2 parts we need to measure. First, he falls for 23 frames, and then his body absorbs the impact in 7 frames. So how long was he falling for? Well, 23 frames times 1 second per 30 frames gives us 0.77 seconds of falling. Likewise, if he absorbed the full impact in 7 frames, that's 0.23 seconds to stop. To calculate his final velocity before impact, we'll use a kinematic relationship. Acceleration is defined as the change in velocity over the change in time, which is 9.81 meters per second squared on Earth. Now we separate the variables and integrate. This is an indefinite integral, so we get velocity as a function of time is equal to 9.81 t plus c, and that c is the initial velocity, which is 0 in our case. Now let's plug in 0.77 seconds to figure out how fast he's going right before impact. This value comes out to 7.55 meters per second. So that's the final velocity right before impact, and since we're now moving on to the impact section, we're going to use kinetics to calculate the force on the body. Now's a good time to take note that it takes about 4,000 newtons to break the average person's femur, which is the strongest bone. That will be what we're comparing to. Anyway, now we'll use Newton's second law, again replacing acceleration with the time derivative of velocity. Just like we did before, multiply the dt to both sides, and we get f dt is equal to m dv, which we can now integrate. This will be a definite integral from 1 to 2, where 1's the starting point before impact and 2 is after impact. Is the mass of Mr. Built Different a function of velocity? Well, unless he's burning some crazy amount of calories on the way down, no, it's just a constant and we can take it out. Now we evaluate our definite integral and we can write it as m delta v. The left-hand side of this equation isn't quite as obvious. Is the force a function of time? Let's use a force versus time graph as a tool to help us understand this question. So we're looking at the force with respect to time from 0 to 0.23 seconds when he finally stops. So we're asking, during this impact, was the force changing with time? If we had force transducers on him, would it be a large force at the beginning and less later? Or would it be the other way around? Since we don't know, the best thing to do is to assume that he somehow distributed the force evenly over time. And the total area under this curve represents the momentum change. We'll talk about that in a sec. Since the force here is the same here, the force is constant and we can take it out of the integral just like we did on the right hand side. What we're left with is the force times the change in time. Now we can solve for force, but this force is actually the average force, which happens to be the maximum in our example. The dude in the video is pretty short, no offense, so I'm going to guess around 60 kilograms. I could be off though. So 60 kilograms times 7.55 meters per second divided by our stopping time, 0.23 seconds, and then the units check out. So if he's able to distribute the impact evenly with time, his body only experiences about 2,000 newtons of force, which is much less than the 4,000 needed to snap an average person's leg. But I can't stress the importance of this evenly distributed weight enough. Let's extend this graph for another circumstance where this guy idiotically straight legs it. Immediately upon impact, he's got a much higher force than he does later, and while the area under this curve, representing the momentum exchange, is still the same, the peak amount of force he experienced might be well above 4,000 newtons, and at that point his legs certainly would look different. So to conclude, I wouldn't say he's built different, but I would say he uses some good technique.
Leave me a comment and I'll read it like an anime protagonist. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? I drop-kicked that child in self-defense. We gotta make like a tree and get the fuck out of here. Macaroni? With the chicken strips? Get the fuck over here. Sheesh, this sandwich do be bussin'. Rip and tear until it is done. That's where you're wrong, Kakarot. I don't post cringe. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Now I summon my Blue Eyes White Dragon! Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there! Welcome to Chili's. And no, we do not sell anything that has chilies in it. Oh no, it's the IRS! Now, I'll show you the true power of Azure! The snack that smiles back. Goldfish. I will amass your potatoes! I hit him. I actually hit him! Generic excuse! Monokuma! Who ate my fish? I like butter. Taste the rainbow, motherfucker! We call this a difficulty tweak! Think, Mark, think! She left you on red for 3 days! It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh. Second thing second, don't you tell me what you think that I could be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, ooh, the master of my sea. Oh, ooh.
Joke time, everybody. You're probably going to hell if you laugh at this. Moses and Jesus are down on the earth checking everything out. Everything's okay. They're about to head back up to heaven. Moses goes, hey, man, let's chill out. I want to go check out the ocean, see if I still got it. Jesus is like, all right. So they go to the beach. Moses is like, all right, see if I can do this. He stretches out. He starts to, sure enough, the water starts to move. He's like, boom, parts the ocean. Jesus is like, my turn. Let's see if I can do this. Wipes off his feet. He's like, all right. So he starts walking on the water, sinks to the bottom. Moses is like, don't worry about it, buddy. It's been a long time. Come back out. Comes back out. I need a running start. So he starts jogging, gets about 10 feet, sinks. He's getting frustrated. Moses is like, you got this. Come on, get a big running start. Jesus is like, yeah. Takes off running, gets about 10, 15 yards out, sinks, and he's upset. Moses is like, starts laughing. He goes, Jesus, of course you can't do it anymore. You didn't have those holes in your feet the first time you did it.
God, I hope this TikTok reaches the right people. So in Crash Course, John Green has a sticker on his laptop that says, "This machine kills fascists," which is inspired by Woody Guthrie's thing that he has on his guitar that says, "This machine kills fascists." He sharpied it on, it's a whole thing. But they sell laptop stickers that say "This machine kills fascists" on dftba.com. And I am so tempted to buy one and put it on my car.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you can go online and register as a member of the Satanic Temple for free. You can also buy a membership card for $25, and the membership cards are fucking sick. And due to the fact that absolute bodily autonomy is one of the tenets of that religion, you legally can't be denied a medical procedure, especially one that has to do with, say, reproduction, because that would be religious discrimination. Again, it's free. I'm not telling you to do anything, I'm just giving you some information.
Search this video and tell me something that makes you incredibly upset, but neurotypical people just don't understand why.
No, darling, I don't know where all the half-drank water bottles came from. I'm sure it wasn't the water bottle fairy, as you so kindly pointed out. Logically, they're mine, but I have the object permanence of a toddler and cannot be held responsible for where I put things. No, love of my life, apple of my eye, cream in my coffee, and the person for whom I fetch things, I'm sure it wasn't Casper the Friendly Ghost that kept all of the lights on. It must have been me, but I would refer you back to Exhibit A and the water bottles. And yes, it has become increasingly clear to me that one of two situations are only ever possible at a time. It's either all the lights are on and there's no water bottles, or all the lights are off and there's water bottles everywhere. And considering we already share germs and the water bottles don't pay the electricity bill, I suggest you accept my goblin gift of free hydration. This is a very real problem in our household. And it is all my fault.
If COVID-19 doesn't take you out, can I? Is that hand sanitizer in your pocket? Or are you just happy to be within 6 feet of me? I saw you from across the bar. Stay there. Hey babe, can I ship you a drink? Since all the public libraries are closed, I'm checking you out instead. You can't spell virus without you and I. Hey babe, you need some toilet paper? Because I can be your Prince Charmin. Without you, my life is as empty as a supermarket shelf.
Hey Tim. So? You know how you found Aquaman's bathwater online the other day?
Yeah, you know, that shit's hilarious, isn't it?
Yeah, bro, super funny. How the fuck did you find that?
What do you mean?
I mean that's not something you just stumble across on Amazon. To find weird shit like that, you need to be looking. What's your search history look like, Tim?
That is none of your fucking business. You stay the fuck away from my computer!
Sometime later. Hey guys, I'm back from my date with Corey. What's up with Jason?
He looked at my search history.
Oh my god, why would you let him do that? That shit's what made Azrael start killing people! Look, I fucking warned him!
There are things in this world human eyes are not meant to gaze upon.
Hey guys, how's it going? Whoa, what's up with Jason? The dumbass looked at my search history. Oh shit, really? Let me see. No, save the child! Oh please, it can't possibly be that god is dead and this was the weapon.
So, I'm on Amazon Prime, as one gets on, and I'm looking for, like, some slashers. So I just type into the search, slasher movies, because I kind of want to watch some slashers and other horror movies, over the summer, even though I have summer school, and, one of these things is not like the other.
This girl asked me if I play Mortal Kombat. And I said, I love it. I love it, of course. My favorite, Liu Kang. She said, you need to get over here so I can finish you. Now, I was a little skeptical, but I thought she was talking smack. I'm undefeated with Liu Kang, so she could bring it. I'm down to give equal lefts and rights, you know. And she said she had snacks, so the chubby within me got a little excited. Y'all, when I got there, she was darn near butter by her neck. You talking about some, get over here. No, you stay over there, you Jezebel. They trying to trap me.
Tanks actually have genders. And no, I'm not actually joking, listen up. So tanks were a very new concept that were developed in World War I. And in the beginning, they didn't really know what to do with them, or how to classify them. So a very simple division was created. If a tank was equipped with a 6-pounder gun or heavier, then this would be something that would qualify as a male. I mean, the imagery over here is kind of obvious. On the other hand, female tanks were ones that did not have cannons. These were ones that were instead equipped with machine guns or other infantry support weapons. Thus, the purpose of the male was to destroy hard defenses like bunkers and whatnot, and the females were to move up behind them and actually support the infantry and clear out trenches. By 1918, though, this wasn't really practical. All tanks became hermaphrodites. Thus, they were both equipped with cannons and machine guns. The more you know.
Hey, what was your name before? Before what? You know, like what your name was before it was what it is right now. You speaking in tongues, boy. I'm not speaking in tongues, just what were you before? Before what, child? You know, before you were what you are right now. Like the before times. Yes, the before times. Listen, time is a puddle of goo on a hot plate in the back of a Denny's in Massachusetts in the middle of the summer. I just wanted to know what your name was. My original name was an incomprehensible blight upon this land. Hey, but what did they call you? They'd call me the Rough Rider, a Billy in the streets, and a freak in the sheets. So much information information. I just want to know what your name was. Why? You got coppas hanging in the hacky sack? It didn't even make any sense. Just, what was your name? Now you listen here, sonny boy, and you listen good. I served my time and I did my work burying my past, and no 2-bit frog-legged son of a Slim Jim is gonna ruin that for me. I got too much to lose, I tell you. But what did they call you? Well, they called me Cuban Pete. I'm the king of a rumba beat, and the ladies went chick chicka boom, chick chicka boom, chick chicka boom.
Every friend group has intimidating looking person that everyone uses to scare the kids off of the swings, but in reality he's a soft boy. The short feisty one that everyone makes fun of, but in reality he's actually very scared of. 24/7 bisexual panic who's also extremely clumsy. The person whose vocabulary just consists of memes. The one who acts like they're 5 years older than everyone else. The one who acts like they're 5 years younger than everyone else. Gay. Child.
Some of you are going to love this and then hate it. Some of you are going to hate this and then love it. And I don't know who's going to be what, but either way, this is a song that I wrote called Fine. I would be fine being alone forever. I don't need a girl to feel like there's meaning in my life. I've got some great family and friends. I do what I love, and so in the end, I would be fine being alone. I would be fine. But I don't wanna be fine, I don't wanna be obsessed. I wanna feel too much, I wanna be a mess. I don't wanna be good, I wanna be the best. Wanna be over the moon, the way that I am with you. When you wrap me up and kiss me slow and say my name. Now that I know what better is like, I don't wanna be fine.
Hey, did you know that kinks are actually hereditary?
Hold up.
So you be watching midget porn?
Now I know what you're thinking, Chris, why didn't you show me this video? First of all, it was hilarious, and second of all, I actually looked it up. And it's true! Based on this article, after a new study carried out by biologists and psychologists on Bush campus, researchers have announced that they have found that fetishes are passed down from generation to generation. Following the announcement, every member of the audience and researchers were all visibly shaking at the thought of sharing fetishes with their parents and children. Students were asked, and their overwhelming reaction was disgust. Oh no, read this. I can't believe it. This is terrible. Apparently my dad is into daddy-daughter porn. Now that I think about it, I wonder if this is why I'm into girls with tattoos. Because my mom dated my dad, and my dad has a lot of tattoos. Because when I saw Bella Poarch in tattoos, I was like, shooting my shot with her at a mill.
Alright, I've created a game for all the closeted gay people, and I call it Gay Panic. So basically, the rules of the game are on family gathering events like today, Easter. You set up a specific special ringtone, and the first 15 seconds of the ringtone are just a normal ringtone. But then, after 15 seconds, you say, the ringtone says, the user of this phone is, insert sexuality, or gender, or whatever you're trying to come out to as. Now, the thing is, here are the rules to the game. You have that ringtone. You're not allowed to turn your ringer off. You have to have the ringer on. And you're also not allowed to take the phone with you when you go to the bathroom. So it's like Russian roulette, but with coming out to your family. And I call it Gay Panic. And I will alert you guys how it goes.
If you like video games or anime or cartoons, you might know a few of my characters.
Ryuji, aka Skull.
Saitama, the One Punch Man.
Flag, oh Cannon there.
Labrat Dog.
King, Sin of Sloth.
McBurn.
Hey buddy, it's Bilbo Fiddlepie.
Yo, Harry Osborn. Leo.
Gray. Gordon. Caden. Forrest.
The Chimera and King, Merowyn.
Atsushi Nakajima.
Sabito. Get up and fight, Tanjiro.
Oh yeah, Troy Calypso. Kosei Arima.
Konohamaru.
Lucio. What's in the box?
It's Superman.
And Jimmy Olsen. Commander Claude Wallace. The world's most powerful water gun overflow.
Oh, Sasuke.
Todomatsu, the stylish one. Don't call the son, no pasta on me, sir!
And about 200 others, but my mom still wants me to be a doctor. It's painful.
Hey, I feel like a lot of people are very confused about what men truly want. Is it a sandwich? Is it sexual favors? Is it time to cuddle with the boys? It is none of those things. What a man truly wants is the headphone jack back on his iPhone. Goodbye.
Black people complain about the N-word and nope,
You're not a member of that group, so you don't get to tell that group how they feel about it. Trans people want to use the same nope. You're not a member of that group, so you don't get to tell that group how they feel about it. Gay people want to go and get nope. You're not a member of that group, so you don't get to tell that group how they feel about it. Women want to have an abortion, but nope. You're not a member of that group, so you don't get to tell that group how they feel about it. Mexicans complain about nope. You're not a member of that group, so you don't get to tell that group how they feel about it.
Okay, so I just finished a live, and an awful no-good viewer just informed me that apparently pickles are berries. I do not know what to do with the knowledge, but I cannot be the only one cursed with the knowledge, so here I am making this. Pickles are berries because cucumbers are berries, and cucumbers are berries because they have an ovary, just one, on the inside, so that makes them berries. Pickles are brown cucumbers, so they're berries, I guess. The worst part might be that the viewer introduced the concept by saying that pickles are sour berries, which I don't know if I'm qualified. I don't eat a lot of pickles, but are pickles even sour? Is that a thing? Sour pickles? I guess. It's just they kind of came out of nowhere with this and I'm a little shell-shocked, so I don't know what to do with the knowledge. Please, if this turns out to be one of those fake science things and you're a science person and you can debunk it, please duet this because I don't want to live in a world where pickles are berries.
Bro, I'm gonna open up a shop that sells drugs. That's a sick idea. Yeah, I know. We're gonna sell lube as well. What? This idea just keeps getting better and better. What else are we gonna sell? We're gonna sell lollipops, you know, for the kids. Yum. Wait, is that appropriate? I'm gonna sell vibrators, but like just the small ones. Just the small one? That's got nothing to do with the kids, does it? And we're gonna sell disposable cameras. Loads of them. In case we want to take pictures of stuff that we don't want people to find out. Bro, you've lost me on this idea. I was down at first, but this sounds really sus now. And we're gonna call it Boots. Boots? What, do we sell boots as well? No.
You all are sick and I don't know how to feel about you anymore. After a lot of requests, orange juice, Can It Coffee, I don't know, it probably won't, but you know that already. Do a series called Can It Coffee. It'll be great, they said. It'll be awesome. Oh, it'll be fun for the whole family. So it's just not wanting to filter through. Oh my god. But don't worry, it'll still probably taste like a horse's ass. The sound they make. That's not the sound they make. That's enough. That was 30 minutes of waiting, and we got this much coffee. Why? I don't know. Call a scientist. As soon as I started stirring it, it smells like lake water in 1965. A terrible year. Well, you guys wanted it, so. It's not great. Nope. Undoubtedly the worst one we've had. No, it does not coffee. 1 out of 10. It's 0 out of 10. I don't even think this qualifies as coffee. Let me know what I'm doing next.
Funny you should say this because my mom has been desperately attempting to save my soul ever since I popped out of her vag. TBH has not worked yet. I actually have a video of her handing me a book on hell in an attempt to scare me into finding the Lord. She basically was like, read this book or burn in hell. Pretty funny, right? That's not all. This woman had an entire section in her refrigerator dedicated to storing holy water. Not only would she spray that shit around my room when I wasn't there, but she would also hide pictures of saints under my fucking bed. Trust me when I say this woman has tried everything. I hate to break it to you, but I don't want my soul to be saved. Matter of fact, I'm totally fine with having my broken and tattered soul thrown into the eternal flaming pits of hell. Okay?
If they wanted to, they could make human-flavored Pringles that tasted like meat, and as long as there is no meat in it whatsoever, there is nothing ethically wrong with eating them. And that thought has not left my brain for the last hour and a half. I had a 40-minute conversation with my roommate about it, because he was like, there's no way that's legal. But it is, we looked it up. Mentally, probably not the best for you, and morally, bit of a gray area. But, as long as they paid their employees well, there is nothing ethically wrong with you eating human-flavored Pringles. And I would be lying if I said I wouldn't impulse buy them.
You! You look sad, so here's a little dance for you. It's not working? Oh. Squish!